morning, everyone. Thanks for coming today. Thanks for joining my talk. The Sims is basically the female World of Warcraft. It's like a virtual puppet house. My name is Viola. I'm 29. I'm from Germany. I've been on the road for 2 years now, and I built my business a year ago. Literally a year ago. Yesterday was my 1-year business anniversary. And thank you very much. So I'm excited to share the journey with you, and I want to tell you guys what has been working for us, and I want to put emphasis on the fact how to build a 6-figure business from scratch. So here are the facts. I'm the co-founder of a digital marketing agency where we mainly do SEO. I'm also the co-founder of a digital marketing conference. We did 32 SEO projects in 2017, and we've worked with over 40 team members and freelancers. Today, we have 18 recurring clients every month, and we're a team of 10. And what I want to tell you guys is that this is our number of revenue that we made exactly. We're an Australian company. And I didn't even know that. So I called up my business partner when Johnny and Stephanie asked me for my exact revenue number. I didn't know either. So I went into Slack and I asked my accountant, and she told us. So if 100% tracking of my revenue number is not what made us successful, what is it that matters? What I can tell you now, the thing that didn't matter was our proposal. This is the thing we send out to clients for the first 6 months. I think it even has typos on the cover. It's really, really ugly. It's probably in Calibrian Word. Like, the artwork is not really, really pretty. And I also didn't really have a website until 2 weeks ago. When Johnny put the link on Nomad Summit, I was so embarrassed that I threw up something so you guys can at least look at it a little bit and feel like I'm legit. But I didn't really have a website before that. So what is it that matters? What is it that matters to, kickstart your business and kickstart your business success? And in my opinion, that's 2 things. And the first thing is focus. We only focus on our revenue centers in the first year. And there's only 2 revenue centers in every company, and that's sales and operations. This is why I didn't really have a website and why I didn't create a pretty proposal until in 6 months, after 6 months, because I only focused on building relationships, meeting people, selling to them, and delivering excellent SEO work. And that gives you already the clue about what is the second factor that makes me successful, is people. And by that, I not only mean our clients, but I especially mean the people that I'm working with. And this is our team back in June when we had an executive leadership session in Bali. I think we just call it team meeting, but I'm going to change the name now. So here's an agency truth. An agency business is a people's business. And people choose you because of the relationship that you build to them. And that is true for your clients, that is true for your business partner, and that is true for your team members as well. And here's another truth. Every business is a people's business. You're not going to be doing it by yourself. Matt already said that before. You're going to have people in your team to support you. You're going to have VAs. You're going to have clients. You're going to be negotiating with your suppliers if you're doing e-commerce or something like that. There's always going to be other people involved. So keep that in mind when I go through the talk. And I basically want to give you guys an agency 101 or how to start a business 101. What to sell, how to manage clients, how to manage a team, and how to scale, as well as conclusions. So I'm doing SEO. And this is what I'm going to share with you and what has been working for us in an SEO business. But that is equally true if you're interested, into Facebook ads or Instagram, or even if you're a yoga teacher or you're into coaching, or even if you're a consultant and you're looking for new clients. What you want to sell in a service-based business is experience. The first rule of the Fight Club is choose a field in which you have knowledge and experience. The second rule of the Fight Club is choose a field in which you have knowledge and experience. And this is something that a lot of people starting out their own business or starting out their own service business kind of ignore. And especially in digital marketing and especially in SEO, don't learn on the expense of your clients. I understand, especially if you don't have a business at all and you want to make $500 per month, you want to make $1,000 per month, 2,000, and you deserve to, and I want you to. And what you have to realize, though, is if you're working on your client's website or on your client's project and you fuck it up, you're fucking up for someone who's put years and years of their heart, soul, money, and into it. If they're having inventory, if they're having a team, you're risking someone else's business. And not only that, you're risking your own business and reputation with that. And I'm probably saying that because I'm selling SEO, all right, which is a very dodgy industry. But believe me, it's true for other industries as well. So the third rule of the Fight Club is, if it's your first night at the Fight Club, you have to fight, which means I want you to gain experience. And the best trick that I can give you for that is choose a job by the leader or mentor and not by the job description. The person who's going to determine your personal and professional growth the most, it's going to be the person you're working for or you're working with. When I was applying for my last job at a startup in Berlin, the job looked really, really good on paper. But I didn't have a good gut feeling about it. And I went through the job, and it was good, and it was fine. But what I realized after that is I'm going to listen to my gut, and I'm going to listen to my heart, and I'm going to go with those people who care the most and who are going to give me the biggest opportunity for growth. And the other thing is, do it. Start doing it. And that's the beauty especially about digital marketing. There's no real degree in digital marketing. Everyone here in this industry is self-taught. Everyone is. And the difference between a good marketer and maybe a not so good marketer is experience. And how many projects they've seen, how many websites they've worked with, how many campaigns they've been doing. And it's not a contradiction to what I said before. Start working on your own projects. When I got location independent 2 years ago, my first idea was starting to build an Amazon FBA business. And I did and failed. And Derek is going to tell you later why. But I burned my own 10K and not the ones of my client. And I get a shit ton of experience and network and contacts, which ultimately put me into the position where I am now. If you want to do SEO or digital marketing, build your website. Build a second one, a third one. Start doing campaigns for your mother, your friends. Charge what you're worth, and maybe that's free. And get the experience and know that's ultimately going to be your leverage to succeed. And if that sounds really, really tough, here's the business hack. Find a partner with experience. That's your shortcut to getting your business off the ground. So I met my business partner, Bray, in Bali about 1.5 years ago in a co-working space, which is a very similar environment to this conference. And he already had 10 years of experience in SEO. By the way, I was leading the SEO team in my previous company, so it's kind of in the field as well. But he had a network, he had 10 years of experience, and it just made sense for me. And we actually started to work together in Chiang Mai in November, like 12, 13 months ago on Matt Diggity's SEO event. That's where we started our company, and then we started off yesterday, a year ago in Bali. The reality is 1 + 1 is more than 2. He's Australian, I'm German. Whenever we have a business decision to make, we can see we have totally different upbringing, different story, different skill set, different interest, different emotions about the thing. Like almost every decision we take, I'm going to say yes, he's going to say no. I'm going to say left, he's going to say right. He's going to say blue, I'm going to say yellow. And that's a good thing. And what I realized about the last year is blue is a really, really cool color, but the best color of all is green. Don't underestimate the power of having a business partner that is different from you and that can complement your skills. This is a book that I really like, which talks about the visionary integrator duo. I'm an integrator. And find someone that you like and that you inspire and see the magic happen from there. That's on my birthday in Bali, and we're doing barbecue, kind of rustic. At the next party I did, the next dinner party I did, I hired someone to do the barbecue, but we learn. Let's say you figured out what you're doing, or maybe you already know what you're doing, you already know what you're good at, or you already know what you're passionate about. And the biggest question that people ask me, even when I was wandering around the hall earlier today, is like, how do I find clients? Like, how do I find that first person that's going to pay for my service? And what I'm going to be talking about is the process of selling, and not the process of selling as in someone clicks on add to cart in your Amazon shop and then you get $20. But sales as in you're talking to a person 101, and after that they're putting money into your bank account, which is a very different skill. And what I would recommend to you, and what I was making the point earlier, is don't wait. Spread the word now. You're in a beautiful conference right now. Start talking about people about what you're doing now. And don't think about selling like the weird like insurance guy who's super, super pushy. Selling means add value, sell. Give away all your secrets. If someone says, oh, I'm really struggling with my Facebook campaigns, tell them, look, this is the top 3 things that I usually do that really, really help. Build that trust, build that authority. But at some point, you need to learn to ask for money. And for me, that was very, very tricky. And I actually, when I got my jobs in the past, I was the worst person to negotiate salaries. Like, I was just so shy and uncomfortable about it. And I'm like, oh, how do I do this? And weirdly enough, I learned talking about money when selling all my stuff on the flea market. Like, this whole haggling about this is €5, this is €3 kind of broke an inner barrier for me to talk about money and to ask for money. And what you have to realize, sales is not a linear process. Get a customer relationship management system and follow up. I made a holiday in December for 1 week to Myanmar, and when I came back, I had 5 or 6 emails in my inbox from people saying, I want to work with you now. It seems like everyone made a New Year's resolution to clean up their SEO. But those have been people that I've been talking to for about 2 or 3 months. A deal that I closed last week was a woman that I met in June in Bali, and after an event, she says, I want to work with you. And I thought it would be a done deal. But then she never really came around. But she came around last week. I hopped on a phone call with her for 1 hour, and 2 hours later, I had $4K in my bank account. So this is my project management tool, Asana, which is honestly not ideal as a CRM, but I want to show you the process. So contact made. Actually, 50% of all people come to us by referral, which kind of proves this authority, trust building, and delivering value idea. If you guys don't know where to start, Marketing 101, where is your target audience? Are they on LinkedIn? Are they on Facebook? Are they at conferences? Are they at events? Where can you meet people that would be interested in your services? And then go there, even if it's uncomfortable. I mean, you guys see me speaking here. I consider myself an introvert. Go to this event and push through and keep pushing and talk to people, and you start creating the buzz. And once you've talked to them, what we do is we get them on the call right away. And we talk to them on the phone. And this is a big misconception that people have. On that phone call, I go for their heart. I don't go for their mind, I don't go for their wallet, I go for their heart. Because in the end, they're gonna make a decision in their heart of whether or not they trust you and whether or not they wanna work with you. I'm sending them a proposal after the call so they can rationalize the decision they've made in their heart. So they're gonna, oh yeah, the numbers, it's really the best choice, like Viola is the one. No, they're making the decision in the call, and that's where you get them. And then I just chase them. If they don't say yes, and if they don't say no, I just chase them, and they pop up week after week after week, and I chase them. And again, I'm not being a dick about it. I'm like, no, when do you want to sign? I'm like, look, how's your web development coming? How is your rankings coming along? What's been happening? What's new? Like usually in the sales call, people already told me what's going on with their business, so I can ask about that. What you have to realize about a hot lead, a prospective client, is basically a guy in his early 30s that is super smart, super funny, hot, has a good salary, is location independent, and wants kids. It's rare occasion, and there are many people looking for that hot lead. You gotta close the deal quickly. In terms of operation, that means invoices and proposals are always first priority. And stepping up your sales game is going to be the one and only skill that's going to transform your life and that's going to transform your business. Be bold, be confident, and explain the value you create. Be specific. So with SEO, people always ask me, when is my keyword going to be in position 1? And it's really hard to tell, depending on the keyword, maybe never. And that's what I tell people. I tell people it's a marathon, not a sprint. And depending on which niche you're in, it's going to be tricky. However, what we do is, we use content marketing and we go for long-tail, kind of low-difficulty keywords. In an XROI experience, we can get people ranking for those keywords in the first 4 to 6 weeks. And then they get a project plan and they know what they're signing up for. Your best investment, if you're starting out, comes back to the mentorship, spending time with a good salesperson, seeing what they do. And more importantly, start to love the process of selling. Sales and networking, I think, is the is a new dating or so. It's highly psychological. It's a big intellectual challenge. It's super strategic and super fascinating. And once you realize that on the other end, you're not asking for someone's credit card, but you're looking for a new partner or person to cooperate with and build something with, and that people are actually incredibly interesting, it's going to make your selling a lot easier. So let's assume you made it. You closed the deal. Yes. Money is hitting your bank account. People always pay me up front. So then I can go home and celebrate. But not really. Because they just send 2,000K to someone that they've never met in person, and that's Skyping with them from Bali. So what I want to do is I want to assure them that making that decision to go with me has been the right decision, and I want to make them feel good. So as soon as I close the deal, I get them on another call and I ask them about their brand and their product for keyword research. I don't need to know that. I can look at their website. I do that to make them feel good and involved and sane. The first month is usually the trickiest month with a new client, especially with SEO and AdWords, which we sell as well. It's because they usually change in service providers because they've been burned before. And your job in the first month is people to feel good and make them relax and knowing that they've done the right decision to trust you. So step up your game in facing clients. If you've never had a real job, it will probably show. And the main thing is deliver on time. My clients know that I'm in Bali and by the beach, and even sometimes in Skype they see me in a really small top, but that never compromises the quality of my work that I'm delivering. That never compromises the quality of emails that I'm sending or the advice that I'm giving. So just a few random ideas. I use onboarding forms and project plans with all of my clients when I get them on. This is a free Google form. This not only helps you to ask the questions, all the questions that you want to be asking, this is also already a briefing for your team members or your freelancers to take over the job. When someone signs with me, they get kind of like a 3-month outline on what they can expect and what's going to happen. I give every client a 24/7 online ranking dashboard. I can look at the analytics. No one ever goes there. But it gives them a sense of security, knowing that if they wanted to check the rankings, they could. And I'm sending them in a monthly reporting. And honestly, don't fool people with your reporting. Show them that you're delivering the return on investment that you promised in the sales call. So what most SEO agencies do is they send you a really, really long spit out of 500 keywords, and you don't even know what they're optimizing for, what's going on. Make a really, really tight reporting. We have 10 to 20 target keywords. What's happening with them? That's the content we've been providing last month. What happened with that? Be honest. And then the other tip is really, really step up your email game. Really write well-structured, good emails. Don't forget to CC in important decision makers and stuff like that. Really step up your email game. And if everyone ever talked to me in private on a chat, I make a million typos all the time. So this app, Grammarly, takes out at least 95% of them. Same what Matt says. I have 2 monthly calls with most of my clients of 30 minutes each. They cannot call me tomorrow. They cannot call me tomorrow. That's a pre-scheduled call where we know exactly when it's happening, how long it's happening, and what's going to be discussed. My clients cannot call me tomorrow. What you have to understand about client management, or whenever it comes even to supplier relationships or something like that, or other core business partners that you have, the #1 question that's going to change your life forever is, how can I make this easier for you? Being a service-based business means being of service. How can I make this easier for you? We have 2 types of clients. One of them is kind of like the online entrepreneur or online marketer type people. And what I do with them in our 2 monthly calls is I educate them about what we've been doing, about our strategy and why they work the way they work. The other clients we have is mainly hotels, marketing managers or general managers of hotels. That is because of the agency part of my business partner. He has a good network there. And they don't want to know that we're putting a keyword in the page title. And they don't need to know. They need to know that it's taken care of and that someone else is responsible for that job and that it's done well. So when I was on the phone with a boutique hotel from Sydney the other day, she said oh, I really want to push our cafe and our creperie. Can you write some content around that? And I'm sure, I'm going to do some keyword research, put some content pieces up for creperie. But realistically, if you want to drive more people into the cafe, you're better off creating some sort of really pretty food, making that very social media friendly, and find someone to publish that for you. And then I sent her a picture of my own face that I printed on a cafe at Chair Pie in Nimon area. And she was happy and well taken care of, because what people misunderstand is the ultimate success factor for service business is client happiness. You have to deliver exceptional work. But exceptional work is not a goal, it's a minimum requirement. And obviously, the happiness of your client is going to be correlated to how good you're doing the job. But client happiness is determined by the relationship you're building with the person you're working with. And then if you want people to stay with you long, and for example, this hotel that I just talked about, they've been with me the entire 12 months. If you want to retain your clients, it's always easier to retain a client than sell to a new one. If you want to retain your clients or get referrals from your clients, you better make them happy, and you better make a relationship in where they feel it's easy, and you're being of service to them, and you're taking the stuff off their hands. This is a book I really like, Ego's the Enemy. And it's a guide on being humble. And what a service-based business is going to do to you, it's going to teach you to be humble. Because client's going to ask questions, client's going to complain, and you're going to apologize. Whether it's your fault or not, you're going to apologize, and you're going to change. And it's going to make you incredibly humble. And it's not only going to make you a good leader, it's also going to be very beneficial for your private life and relationships as well. Cool. All right. The second side of the service-based business is your team. Because that's kind of the nature of the beast when you're running a service business, that the more successful you get with sales, the more team members you need to deliver the service. So we worked with over 40 people this year, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about what's working out for us and what has not been working out for us. But the reality is most people come to us and want to work with us. It's not necessarily that we're looking for a new person. Like most people really, really like Bree because he's a very charismatic, inspirational person. And they say look, I want to work with you. So we sit them down and we tell them, what do we expect from our team members? What do we expect from ourselves as a leadership body? And what's the company vision? Operational, educational, emotional, and spiritual. We accept exceptional results. And first and foremost, we expect honest communication and delivery on time. And that's the reason why out of 40 people, we're working with 10 right now, because most freelancers, A, fail to deliver on time, and B, fail to communicate that. If you tell me on Tuesday, look, I was planning to hand this on by Friday, but I can't make it, my cat got sick, I'm going to have it to you by Monday, and it's going to be exceptionally good, I'm fine with that. There's no problem there. But if you're missing the deadline and you're not letting me know, I'm the person who then humbly has to go to the client and make up for that. So this is what we ask for, is honest communication and delivery on time. In exchange, in exchange for that work, we promise this. We are all one and interconnected. We use technology and science to create a near-natural environment in which the wild animal within us can break free. We know tech and marketing can make or break a business, and we do business differently to leave a positive impact in this world. We create a post-capitalistic system run by love and abundance. We're breaking free. We're the pioneers of a mass movement pushing the frontiers of business, marketing, body, mind, and soul at the same time. We're bigger, better, and more compassionate than ever before. We're young and bold and fucking hungry. And because of that promise, people want to work with us. This is the Bible of altered states of consciousness and flow states, and I can highly, highly, highly recommend you. It's basically the one book that has transformed my perspective on life, flow, and how to reach flow states. This is actually another executive leadership retreat with the team where we're doing free diving. I consider myself a Navy SEAL, and I want to work with other Navy SEALs. I don't want to work with the foot soldiers. And the reason why other Navy SEALs approaching me, like for example, our new SEO that is coming on board in February, is because we offer freedom and we offer love. And that's what people are looking for. Yes, people can be working in Sydney agency for 10 years, but we offer freedom and we offer location independencies. And that's how you get other Navy SEALs to join the team. So here's the thought on that. Hiring, experience versus costs. When we started out, we hired a lot of like interns, VA, PA kind of people. And that's really great because they're really, really cheap. And if you train them up, in a year from now, they're really good and they're still very cheap. But you have to calculate the costs and time it's going to cost for you to train them. So now that we have our cash flow going and that we have the project coming in and we can actually afford to work with professional and experienced people, that is what I chose to do. The way I go about this is people start out with us as like contractors. And I give you keyword research, you come back great. I give you another one, you come back great. I give a technical audit, you come back great. And I just take it step by step by step until I take you on board full time. And if it's not working because of like communication or deadline issues, then I just let people go quickly. But I don't have any hard feelings about that. Like, I wish them all the success and all the best in their life, and I'm happy for us to be friends. But it just means it's not a framework that's working for me to be in business together. Another kind of trick to run your team is the function accountability chart. So once you have more, probably already if you have 2 people in your team, like really figure out who's doing what. So make an entire list of functions in a company and figure out who's accountable for that. And being accountable doesn't necessarily mean you're the person delivering the job. It just means that you're accountable for getting the job done. So I'm the marketing person and I'm responsible for getting the website done. I'm not developing it. And here's the thing, if several people are accountable, no one is accountable. Like if you go and do this like homework and reflect on this question, that's probably going to be the #1 thing that's leading to confusion or performance issues in your team, is if several people are accountable, no one is accountable. So for example, right now we have 3 main SEOs in our team, but we're not doing the same job. Like even though one of the other guys is an account manager as well, like I am, we know exactly who's taking to which client. And we know exactly that Peter is in charge in terms of like SEO delivery and getting that kind of work done, and I'm doing more of the marketing side of things right now. Whereas my business partner, Bree, does more strategy, product development, and SEO like that. So even though technically we have exactly the same job, we have completely different functions in the company. And the book that I learned that from is Scaling Up. Another thing that has really changed my life in terms of team management, and that's my #1 favorite communication trick, is the daily stand-up. The daily stand-up is an idea from the Scrum methodology for software development, and it's a 15-minute check-in that I do with the core of my team every day. And it's called stand-up because it's happening in standing. Even if I'm on Skype with my team, everyone has to stand. And that is because standing is incredibly uncomfortable, and it naturally shortens the meeting. This is not supposed to be a 2-hour session. This is a check-in. And the #1 question that I ask is, how are you? Because the quality of work that people are delivering, the motivation that they're showing, the happiness that they're having for their work is largely determined in what's going on in their life as well. So if someone just broke up with their boyfriend, or they have a Bali belly, or their cat just died, it's kind of logical that they're going to have problems at work. So I want to know. And because we're friends and we're cool with each other, and they know I'm going to be forgiving if I know your boyfriend just broke up with you, they tell me, and we figure out what we can do for that. And then I ask, what have you been working on, and what do you need help with? Not, do you need help? What do you need help with? Because I don't want to find out in a weekly meeting on Friday that there was a problem on Tuesday that could have been easily be solved with $50. It just makes us a lot more efficient in how we approach our work and how we get things done. And what this kind of, everything that I just said before is kind of hinting at that one question. What is it that makes a good leader? What is it going to be that makes you a good team leader and successful with your team? So I chatted with my business partner about this again, and you can see all the typos in there. And what we came back with is the term equanimity, clear the mind. What makes a good leader is the mindset of a leader. And what that means is Equanimity is a state of psychological stability and composure, which is undisturbed by experience of or exposure to emotions, pain, or other phenomena that may cause others to lose the balance of their mind. It's exactly what Matt has been saying. It's gonna be a roller coaster. It's gonna fuck up, and it's gonna fuck up every day. And you just need to not take it personal. That's the process. Like, I'm from Bali, so there are a lot of yogis, and what they always talk about is like, yoga is about showing up on the mat every day, especially on the days that you don't want to. Guess what? Entrepreneurship is about showing up on the computer every day, even on the days that you don't want to, especially on the days that you don't want to. Because here's the reality. The bottleneck is always on the top of the bottle. As a leader, I'm accountable for my team to get the stuff done. And I'm responsible for giving them the motivation, knowledge, and resources for getting the job done. If there's anything I can do, buy a course, give you a break, do a coconut, send you on a holiday, connect you to a person that inspires you, connect you to a person that teaches you, it's my responsibility to give my team everything they need in order for them to succeed. That's my job. That's my #1 job as a leader. And the second job, which I think is a fun one, is celebrate. Celebrate and share success. Success is a team effort. This is us on a Tuesday afternoon in Bali. Celebrate and share. What can you guys do together? What do your team members like? What can you do for them that's going to inspire them? What can you do for them to show them that you value them, to show them that you know they're important, to show them that you know you couldn't be doing this business without them? Make your clients happy, make your team happy, make yourself happy. And this is how you grow a successful service business. But wait, how to scale? I know a lot of people here talk about products a lot, and they're really scared of the service business. So here are a few final thoughts on that. We're actually a productized services business, so the majority of my work I sell in packages. And I know exactly what I'm going to get in terms of money, and I know exactly which person of the team is going to take how long to deliver the service. And then the other thing is branding. Even though we have a really bad agency brand right now, White Light Digital Marketing, we're selling through our agency name, which means if someone buys with the agency, they can be served by me or Peter or Bray or any other person, because I can transfer the trust. And the ultimate trick for me is hire Navy SEAL. When our new person is coming on board in February, I'm out of a job. I'm having my company for 1 year, and I'm hiring a person to take over my job. And I think that's very, very impressive. Yay. Conclusion, service-based business is not for you. If you don't have experience, if you're not interested in learning or creating partnerships, if you don't like being of service, if you're not interested in personal or team development, and if you're not interested in the process of selling. It's for you if you have put your 10,000 hours into a skill, or you want to partner with someone who has. And if you want to study different website niches and projects, and that's the part that I really, really like about that. If you want to be of service, if you love sharing value, ideas, and knowledge, if you love personal and team development, and if you love the process of selling. Go lean, add value, start selling. Deliver exceptional work, make your clients happy, make your team happy, and that is how you become successful. So what that means for me is, the reason why we went from 0 to $250,000 revenue last year is because we focused on the revenue centers only. We only focused on sales and operations. This year is different. This year I'm focusing on strategy and marketing. I'm going to be building a beautiful brand and beautiful website. But what this business gave me more than revenue goal is a good feeling and happiness for myself. I feel really proud of the work that I'm doing. I feel really proud of my team, and I really like them, and I really like my clients. And I'm happy to get them on the phone. Not all the time, maybe not if they're complaining, or maybe not if something's happening or I'm delayed. But in general, I'm happy to talk to them. I'm excited to talk to them. And I'm living a location-independent life in Bali. And I work with really, really cool people. So that girl gave me the 2-minute sign, but I want to give you a final thought on this. As much as I consider myself an introvert or a nerd, I always get a little bit lightheaded when I'm on stage, and I think I'm Tony Robbins. So what I want to do is, because it's our 1-year anniversary, I would like to send a thank you message to my friend Bray. So what we're going to be doing is, I'm going to be screaming, "Hey Nomads," and you guys going to say, "What's up?" I'm going to say, "Hey Bray," and you guys are going to say, "Viola loves you." And then you're going to cheer, just because life is beautiful and we're here, and you're doing something comically good for someone else. And because I wanted to do a selfie, but I really didn't understand how that's supposed to work, so Luke has to hold the camera. Cool, so maybe press play here, then I say something, and then you guys are ready. Are you guys ready? Yay! Ready to cheer? All right. Hey Bree, happy 1st year anniversary. Thank you so much for the roller coaster and the ride. I'm happy for every day that we're working together. I'm here at Nomad Summit with 400 people, and they have a message for you. Hey Nomads! Hey Bree! Thank you very much. Sweet. Let's just hope that worked out. If not, maybe I have to annoy you guys later again.
Thank you so much, Viola. That was great. Does anyone have any questions for Viola? Down here in the front.
Awesome presentation.
Thank you.
So I manage websites for lots of clients around the world, and I would like to increase how much I charge them by the hour. And the one thing you've stressed is make your clients happy. They're not going to be happy if I told them that, hey, I need to increase how much I charge you by the hour. Is there any kind of advice you could give me to, do that in a way that will still retain them, because I'm afraid of losing them?
So that's a good question. So what we did, we basically doubled our hourly rate since the beginning of the year. And if you look at our project numbers and clients numbers, you're actually going to realize that in the beginning of the year, we started out with many small projects and small clients and all like that. So we're basically doing two things. We're still having all the old clients from before kind of at a lower rate on. And what we're going to do is we're going to start replacing them step by step. Like a client that's not paying us a good rate right now, we're going to recommend 2 other people, and then start selling bigger retainers to other clients. So we're not increasing the price on the people that are with us right now, but with new people. And the reason why we can do that right now, because our product packaging is a lot better. And I think for us to go kind of the next level and get more corporate clients, for us it's going to be a lot also about the look and the PowerPoint presentations and the proposal, because we really don't have that sorted right now. But I think the ultimate trick is probably get those low budget kind of clients to someone else who would be happy to take them, and then close bigger hourly rates or bigger retainers with new clients. And then obviously if you have an opportunity to upsell someone of the clients, you're doing SEO for them and then you're offering them AdWords services as well, that's a good idea. But in my experience, it's hard to double an hourly rate on a client that you already have in your portfolio.
Okay, do we have another question? It's good exercise.
Hello.
Hello.
Beautiful presentation, thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm a direct response copywriter, and I'm interested in learning to productize my service, have them be named something. Is there a specific resource that you can recommend? Formulas, templates?
Yeah,
kind of thing?
So if you guys are starting out with kind of a freelance business, there's an online course, Double Your Freelancing, which I really like, by Brendan Dunnan. Not affiliated with this guy, just took the course and really liked it. And then the other thing is, it comes back to this question, what value are you providing for that people? What kind of content are you writing? Is that branded content? Is that SEO content? Is that social media content? And what can they expect from having really high quality content on that channel? What is really the metric of success? Is that going to be increasing, click-through rate on the website, or are you having call to actions in that? And really communicating more in terms of the value you're providing than in terms of words or article pieces. And then, for example, we package our content in 1,000 words per piece, but you can only buy a minimum of 10,000 words.
Okay, we've got one final question over here.
Is it working? Does it work? Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you for the talk. Really nice. And secondly, you said something about a platform like a 24/7 dashboard, right? But I got lost. Is it just a Google Analytics share?
Yeah, I mean, you can use Google Data Studio if you want to. The ones that I meant is a rank tracking software. It's called SE Ranking. Right. Again, not affiliated with them, just using the service. And they have a white label solution. So people actually log in at rankings.mydomain.com. And they have kind of like a purple interface, so it somehow looks like it's my thing.
Cool, thank you.
Cool. Do I have the final questions, or I have the final word?
You can always have the final word, Viola.
Thank you. Thank you, Luke. So I put this slide up. Your dream business is only one sale away. And this is actually not a stock picture. That's a picture I took in Bali 1 minute out of my co-working space. Talking about sale in Bali, I have a digital marketing conference in Bali coming up in October, and I warmly invite you guys to join the fun. Go on dmsss.io, sign up your email, and be the first people to know when the early bird tickets are coming up. Thank you very much. Thank you, Luke.
Great.
Thank you guys for coming. Have a beautiful weekend.